Alrighty, my friends, what is up, everybody? Hope everyone is doing all right on this fine evening. Hope everyone's doing all right. So we got some more updates, guys. Regarding this severe weather event that is scheduled to kick off across the country for portions on Sunday. Like I said, for basically Sunday as well as Monday. From what it looks like now, they've actually, if you guys do not know, they did actually add Monday to the risk here, so we're definitely gonna have to watch out for that. But anyways, let's go ahead and see who is here for today. We got ourselves Pilot. What's up, Pilot? We have Hype. We have MK Scorpion. What's up? Hope you're doing good. We have Brad. What's up, Brad? We have Lindy saying happy Friday. Happy Friday to you as well. Thank you so much for joining, my friends. Like I said, glad to have everybody here. So, as we usually do, we're going to start off with the current radar view really quickly. We have a bit of snow that's actually kicking up across areas here of the Midwest. For portions of, for northern Missouri, into areas here of Illinois, northwestern Indiana, and portions of southeastern Minnesota. There's a little bit of snow that's actually moving through these areas here, which is a little interesting. A bunch of rain, as you can see, across the southeast, really kicking off there. If I play this in motion, this is all tracking its way eastward, and this is heading towards the mid-Atlantic. From what it looks like, it should remain south of areas towards DC. But that's the current view. But look what's happening here in the west. Holy cow, guys! There's a lot of precipitation that's driving its way into California right now. Definitely really, really crazy. Like I said, they're expected to see a lot of accumulations here. Like I said, several feet of snow is looking quite likely for those upper elevations there. Across areas of California, it's looking quite likely, which is definitely really not good. They really don't need all that accumulation there, but that's definitely not helping. So this is actually the system that's going to be driving all of this severe weather here. Yeah, like I said, this is the system that's going to be driving all the severe weather. There's actually currently a low pressure system. I'm sure you guys have heard that term before. Basically, a little engine, essentially, a little low pressure system right here across areas here of California. Now, this is going to be tracking its way into the country here, and like I said, this is going to be creating the possibility there for, like I said, severe weather across areas here of Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, Texas, Arkansas, and Missouri. That's right there where the risk is at right now. Let's see. Cole says hi, bro. What's up? We're doing good. Rain says hi. What's up, Rain? Let's see here. For Little Rock, is bad weather coming. It's been raining and flooding in our area. So Little Rock, Arkansas. Okay. So I tell you what. So Little Rock, Arkansas. You can see under the radar view right now. We just seen a bit of rain move through. I tell you what. There is indeed the possibility of some severe weather. I'll go ahead and take you guys over here to the Storm Prediction Center's page right quick. Like I said, we already discussed the radar here, so let's go ahead and talk about this risk here. So for today, we actually have a little marginal risk here, a little severe weather risk here across areas of Southern California as a result from that low pressure system driving in all that rain. Possibility of a brief tornado or two could exist along the coastline. Same thing for wind. Hail's not a concern, so look out for some gusty winds as well as maybe an isolated tornado being possible. We track away over here to tomorrow's risk. There is no threat for any severe weather. However, once we move into Sunday, boom, there you go. So like I said, Sunday is going to be the big day. Okay, we're going to definitely need some coverage here on Sunday. But anyway, so like I said, if you guys are across the state here of Texas, more specifically the north central areas here of Texas, moving into areas here of pretty much the entire state of Oklahoma. Like I said, pretty much the entire state of Oklahoma is included with this one. Same thing as Kansas. A lot of Kansas is included now. Portions of southeastern Nebraska included here. Areas of western Missouri and northwestern Arkansas. These are all the states that's going to be impacted by severe weather here for Sunday, okay? Now, like I said, we have ourselves a enhanced risk. This is a severe threat level 3 out of 5. Like I said, this is a pretty big risk. This is a pretty big risk here for Sunday. So the first risk of severe weather is across this dark green area. So this is basically where a few isolated, meaning a very, very well spread out severe storms are possible. So overall, the chances are pretty low of you getting a severe storm, but there is the threat for severe weather, okay? That's basically what that dark green area means. Then we move into the yellow. Now, this is our slight risk. This is a level 2 out of 5. So this basically means that more severe weather is possible. You have a more higher likelihood of about 3 times the amount as the dark green of seeing severe weather. And like I said, potentially across the yellow as well, maybe those storms could be a little bit more stronger. And of course, we got ourselves that level 3. Now, this is where widespread severe weather is possible, meaning a lot of severe weather is possible. The potential for some strong to damaging storms does seem to be likely. So that's kind of what that means there. That's kind of what we're looking at. So once again, we have 3 levels of severity. The total level goes up to 5, but we don't have a level 4 or 5 today. And I know there's people asking if I can actually see that right now. Do I think it'll get upgraded to a moderate? As of now, I don't think so, but we will see. I mean, obviously, this is still a few days out. This could still change, but we'll definitely keep an eye on it. We'll definitely watch it. But there already is definitely an enhanced risk that's in effect here. So we'll definitely we'll definitely continue to watch this here over time. Now, right now there is no breakdown, but here is the probability of seeing severe weather. So if you're across that red area, you have a 30% chance of seeing severe weather across your area. Basically, it doesn't sound like much, but that's a pretty big probability. And what we define as severe weather being tornadoes, being damaging winds, and hail. 30% chance for you if you're across the red there. Lower percent chance you're across the yellow, 15% chance there, and a 5% chance across the brown. So that's at level 1 across the brown, at level 2 across the yellow, and at level 3 across the red. So that is the probability. Now, anyways, but that's for Sunday. Like I said, once again, areas here in Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Nebraska, portions here of western Missouri, and northwestern Arkansas has got to be watching out for this. But what if I was to tell you that they've actually issued a risk here for Monday? They put out a new risk here for Monday. So here's what we're looking at. So right now, we have ourselves a 15% chance of severe weather. And this is mostly isolated across Kentucky and Tennessee. So there is a threat for severe weather here across Kentucky for Monday, as well as Tennessee. Now, I do expect, the overall severe weather risk to probably expand in all directions because, like I said, that's at level 2 out of 5. The level 1 out of 5 also would exist, but not this far out. So I do expect that severe weather risk to possibly be expanded out in all directions. So we'll definitely have to continue watching that. But that's for Monday. So this is for Monday here. The big day, like I said, the big day is Sunday here. And then moving into Monday as this cold front moves its way eastward, essentially. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. Let's see here. Drew says, what do I think about the slight risk moving into southeastern Nebraska? Or do I think it'll stay a marginal risk here? So, anything's possible. It really depends on what the time being conditions look like and what the lead up to the models looks like. Like I said, obviously the models that come out, we need to monitor them, obviously every day until this event happens here on Sunday. So the models could trend the possibility of maybe more, conducive, activity, across the southeastern portions here of Nebraska. So yeah, it looks possible. It's definitely a possibility in which we might have to watch out here for. But that's that. Brad says, I'm tired. I'm going to go to sleep. Have a good night and stay safe, man. You too, Brad. But like I said, obviously that's just kind of what I think is going on here. Now I'm going to go ahead and take you guys over here back over to the models. I want to take you guys over here to the models, I should say, because we haven't looked at that yet today. So like I was talking about yesterday, the NAM model is actually now visible to the severe weather event here, at least part of it. So if I was to switch over back here to the storm predictions there, switch over here to the tropical tidbits view. Like I said, if we were to take a look here at the models, the NAM 3 kilometer here, right? Tracking our way down here in time. Obviously, we move through. Time's in the top right, guys, if you do want to follow along, just FYI. But we track way down in time, and you're going to notice a lot of green starting to move up into areas of Texas like this. You can see how it's kind of pushing into Texas. So that's a bunch of warm and moisture-filled air. And then you start to see some snow on the left-hand side start to pop up. So that, my friends, that is the snow that's going to start moving in. Now, let me tell you what. There is the threat for winter weather on this event here as well. I will get to that here in a moment. But anyways, we track our way down here further in time. So we're on the 26th here. Obviously around here 10 o'clock a.m. I think the 26th is on Sunday. And there you go. According to the NAM3K, we obviously have a low pressure system located across areas here of western Kansas. That is the low pressure system that's currently kicking off all of that nasty precipitation across the west here. Like I said, if I was to take you guys back over to the radar for a brief second, like I said, look at this. We take a look here over to the west. There's a lot of activity happening here towards California, essentially. A lot of nasty stuff happening. So, like I said, we have a low pressure system located directly off the western coast, driving a bunch of moisture inland, and you can see how off the coast, how it's rotating, this way. So there's a big area of rotation, big low pressure system that's driving through here. Just wanted to go ahead and point that out for you. Like I said, obviously for those upper elevations, I mean, we're expecting literally several feet of snow being likely. So that's that. But anyways, back over here to the models, guys. Take a look here back over there. But like I said, according to the models here, according to the NAM 3 kilometer, the storms should be firing off here around late afternoon, early evening. Now, obviously, a specific time is a little far-fetched at the moment, but like I said, I mean, it's there. That is there. I mean, we are starting to see that severe weather, continue to grow. And like I was mentioning earlier, I don't know if you guys have seen my video today I posted. Just a quick little 2-minute video I put up there. But there is actually, like I said, we were talking about how this storm is going to be basically in a big line. And honestly, this kind of allows for damaging winds to possibly be the biggest concern. And like I said, there's a possibility. I've looked at the models. There's a possibility of some of those damaging winds perhaps getting up to 60 to 70 miles an hour. It seems possible. It does seem possible. And like I said, obviously, with that being said, there is that threat for tornadoes as we have a lot of very strong winds that is pulling to the north. So basically from the Gulf of Mexico and pushing directly north, bringing a lot of moisture, bringing a lot of heat, and this is overall creating, that probability of severe weather being quite severe, or storms being quite severe, as well as the possibility for tornadic conditions. So, like I said, that's that. That's essentially what's going on there. And like I said, that's for basically, once again, this is for Sunday for the people who are wanting to know. But it looks like as of now, so you can see here, this ends on the 27th, the first 2 hours of Monday. And it does seem quite probable that those severe storms theoretically could be kicking off into the nighttime hours too. I mean, nighttime typically happens now in time at around, essentially about, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock or so Eastern, which will be 5, 6 o'clock, or no, it'd be the same for the Central Time Zone. Yeah, it would be. But still, like I said, obviously, with that being said, though, I mean, these storms will look to be well kicking off into the nighttime hours. And like I said, that brings that nocturnal tornado concern. What I mean by nocturnal is, active at night. The possibility for tornadoes that's active at nighttime. That seems to be a big concern, okay? That does seem to be a big probability in which we do need to watch very, very closely, okay? But that's that, my friends. That's what we're looking at. We'll dive more into the analysis here in a few moments here. But I do want to go ahead and talk to you guys about that winter weather possibility on this storm. Like I said, there is a very, very big possibility that winter weather could be a big concern, and possible more ice yet again does seem to be quite likely. Anyways, moving on over here to the model. So first up, we're taking a look here at the American GFS model. This is the latest run here as of 9:15 p.m. Eastern. So this is the latest run that we have. This is the latest and greatest model out here. So once again, you notice this big old dip here in the west. That's that low pressure system I was telling you guys about, and which, like I said, that you can actually see that right now kicking off. Like I said, you can see that rotation, that counterclockwise rotation is occurring. So once again, that right there is the system, and you can see how it is basically across these areas here in the west. And like I said, bringing a lot of heavy snowfall for those upper elevations. But anyways, we track our way down here in time. Obviously, we move our way down here, and you're going to notice how that low pressure system seems to fade a bit, but it comes back to life once it moves into the Central Plains. Look at that, really kicking off across Nebraska and Kansas. Low pressure system kicks right back where it left off. You can see this big old tail that's leaving behind. That's that cold front, and that's likely that severe weather activity that's kicking off there. Once again, this is kind of moving into essentially, pretty much late Sunday, pretty much the evening on Sundays when we start to see that. Anyways, we track our way down here in time into Monday, and you're going to notice how areas here in Minnesota, as well as Wisconsin and portions here towards Michigan start to light up in pink. You know what that means? That means sleet, and that means freezing rain. That means ice. Big ice probabilities, yet again, does seem to be possible. So, once again, yeah, so areas here in Minnesota, areas here in Wisconsin, yet again, and areas in Michigan especially, they just got pounded by a bunch of ice here with this last storm system that just rolled its way through. But a lot of ice does seem to be possible on this as well. And like I said, this cold front here, you can see this big old tail that's coming down here. That cold front's going to be tracking its way eastward and likely bringing the severe weather along with it. So keep that in mind. But anyways, that's there for Monday. And as we move into basically late Monday, early Tuesday, we're going to start to basically see a lot of snow being a big possibility across the northeast. So we're going to watch out for that here. Does look quite possible. So areas here towards New York State, here towards Connecticut, towards Rhode Island, towards Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine does seem quite possible to be seeing maybe some winter weather, possibly in the terms of some snow. Now, obviously, the snow totals is still very far-fetched. It's still way too far out to look. However, like I said, this has been popping up in the models here for the last few days, and I do see a lot of agreement here between the models, in which we're going to compare this here to the European model right now. Like I said, that was that. Anyway, so here we go. So we move over here to the European model here. This is the ECMWF. Once again, we have this low pressure system just off of the coast here of California, bringing a lot of heavy snow, essentially here. So we track our way down here further in time. This low pressure system will drive its way through. Once again, kicking right back off here. This looks very aggressive according to the ECMWF. Look at that line. Like, holy cow. That's a very well-defined cold front there. Anyways, but like I said, that kicks off there for basically the late afternoon of Sunday into the early morning of Monday. Okay? So, like I said, I mean, that looks very, very well-defined. And so, basically, like I said, what's happening here is a quick little demonstration. Is all of this warm and moisture-filled air drives its way up north as the winds are pulling north here ahead of the cold front. And actually the opposite is happening on the backside. We're getting a lot of cold air that's coming down and blasting on the back end side of this. So it's basically the interaction between that warm and that cold air that's, obviously allowing for the interaction and allow for the energy to, be available for thunderstorms to really kick off. So anyways, but like I said, we track our way down here in time with this one, moving our way into Monday, and once again, what do you look at? We are seeing the possibility of some more ice, yet again, being quite possible, towards areas of Minnesota, possibly into Wisconsin. Does seem to look very, very possible, and into Michigan as well. However, there is one major difference that the European model suggests, and that's the point that we might see maybe a little bit more snow rather than ice across areas here of Wisconsin. Compared to what the GFS had to say. The GFS, the American model, had to support a lot of ice. This one supports some ice, to an extent, and then it turns over to snow, which that's kind of the main key difference between the American and the European model here. Anyways, we track way down further in time here, obviously kind of for, the afternoon, evening hours of Monday into basically early Tuesday. What do you look at? We see ourselves that snow continuing to kick up across the northeast yet again. Pennsylvania, areas here possibly towards New York State, towards Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Does seem to be possible for maybe some more winter weather being possible. Now, like I said, we were actually watching this here earlier. It's kind of interesting. But according to the European model, another big difference, another really interesting factor here, is the fact that this storm apparently splits off into two different low pressure systems, and they kind of diverge, which is a little interesting. But that's according to what the European model has to say. The GFS does not really support that. But anyways, that's just kind of what we're looking at. Just a little bit interesting there. But overall, that's just kind of what we're looking at. So once again, it is still a little too early to talk about those, snow totals. It's a little too early to talk about the ice totals. But like I said, bottom line, guys, is that if you live across areas here of Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan, you should probably watch out for some ice on basically early Monday. Okay, watch out for early Monday for some ice across Michigan, Wisconsin, and Minnesota, okay? So keep that in mind. And then, like I said, obviously as we move from Monday into Tuesday, the snow is going to be starting to kick off across Pennsylvania, or that's not Pennsylvania, that's New York. New York State, portions of Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. Okay, that does seem to be a good probability, so keep an eye out there for that, my friends. Anyways, but we move on back here over to the Storm Prediction Center. Like I said, we have ourselves a pretty big risk here for Sunday. Like I said, Sunday does look to be like a pretty big day. Like I said, we have ourselves an enhanced risk. Like I said, if you don't know what that means, it's a level 3 out of 5. Like I said, basically, if you don't know what that means, there's a scale from 1 to 5, right? 1 being the least of a concern for severe weather, and 5 being the worst concern. And we're right there smack dab in the middle of the 3. A level 3 is pretty significant. Okay, we do need to watch out for this. So once again, the bullseye is across areas here, mostly cutting through central and western Oklahoma. So if you know anybody who's across Oklahoma, central western side, this does include areas here of Oklahoma City. This does include Norman, Oklahoma, Lawton, Oklahoma, Edmond, Oklahoma, and Midwest City, Oklahoma. If you know anybody across those regions, give them a heads up, give them a call, share the stream if you would like. By the way, guys, consider hitting that subscribe button. But like I said, share this with them. That way they stay up to date, and that way they keep on rocking. And obviously, we don't want to see them put in any harm's way. So obviously, the early warning is the best thing that you can have. But anyways, then we have ourselves that slight risk. So this is that level 2 out of 5. So a little bit less of a concern across, rather than the orange there. This one extends into portions of north central Texas, continuous moving into areas of Oklahoma. This one actually introduces into areas of southern Kansas, which you got to be watching out for severe weather as well. And of course, the overall severe weather risk here extends as far out as that dark green area. Basically, that is the risk for, once again, that essentially is the risk there for the possibility of just severe storms happening. So keep that in mind there. And like I said, across the areas here in that light green, if you guys are wondering, that's just a normal thunderstorm threat. Basically, across that light green, basically says you could see a few thunderstorms, although not expected to be severe. Does that make any sense? So keep that one in mind. Now, like I said, the probabilities here of seeing severe weather is actually quite high. Across that area in that enhanced risk we were talking about, once again, for Oklahoma, small little portion here of Texas. Like I said, that right there, you have a 30% chance probability of seeing the possibility for severe weather, okay? So keep that one in mind. We also have this area here in yellow. Once again, this is that slight risk. That is that level 2 out of 5. That's a 15% chance of seeing severe weather. Once again, what I mean by the chance is between damaging winds, tornadoes, and large hail. That is what I mean by the percentage. So there's a 15% chance across the yellow, no matter where you're at in the yellow, of seeing one of those threats being possible. And the same thing across, the brown, just a lower probability is pretty much expected. So that's that, my friends. That's kind of what we're looking at. And then, like I said, for Monday, they actually have another severe weather risk. And they actually issued this risk for Monday across areas here of eastern, like I said, for areas here of eastern Kentucky and eastern Tennessee. Does seem to be quite probable. So once again, guys, we got to watch this from Sunday into Monday. And like I said, from what the models were showing, it looks quite probable of seeing an active nighttime tornado event here and damaging wind event here. So what that's going to tell us is that we are going to need to be live for you guys during this event here. So we are going to be doing coverage on this event here and stuff like that. Anyways, but that's just kind of what we're looking at. But the Panhandle looks more of a tornado risk according to the HRRR, says Marcus. Gotcha. Let's see here. Harley says, what do I think about La Vista, Nebraska, just south of Omaha for severe weather? So let's see. So yeah, like I said, we're going to be taking personal forecasts here too if you guys have any questions. So feel free to throw those down in the chat right now. Anyways, but for La Vista, Nebraska, this is right here basically in Omaha. For the risk here, as of Sunday, the risk is pretty much just south of you. Okay, so you're not directly in that risk there. But like I said, I mean, we are looking at that. So there is a possibility. I believe there's a possibility that risk could shift maybe a little bit to the north, and you might be included. So it is something you should watch out for, Harley. I would keep on watching it for the next few days. Like I said, we'll be doing updates here until this actually happens, okay? We'll be doing updates until this actually happens, so keep that one in mind. Anyways, but that's that. Let's see here. Red is moderate, pink is high. Essentially, yes. Like I said, we have 5 different levels. That dark green is the marginal, basically the lowest level risk. Level 2 is that slight risk. Level 3 is that enhanced, which is the bullseye here for Sunday. And then we have the moderate risk, which we do not have a risk out right now, at least. Who knows? They might upgrade it. And obviously they have the high risk, which I really don't think is possible out of this event here. But overall, that's that, my friends. That is essentially what we are looking at here. But anyways, but that's that. Let's see. I got a question coming in. Rain says, I bet there's a 10% tornado risk. Probably. It just depends. Well, I think that's quite possible, though. So with that lower level jet stream in place, yeah, that definitely is screaming, literally. It literally is screaming a big tornado potential. I do think that we are going to see some big tornadoes, possibly here from Sunday. Yep, does look possible. Anyways, but this is for Tallahassee. We have ourselves Christopher Fox. When we take a look here for Tallahassee, basically here in, or not Tallahassee, Florida, but this is Tallahassee in eastern Tennessee. So like I mentioned before, we do actually have that severe weather risk here for Tennessee, and this does include Tallahassee, okay? So that is kind of what we're looking at. Once again, we can show you really quickly. Here across eastern Tennessee, we do have that 15% risk, and which like I said, that's a pretty big risk. It's not the biggest risk in the world, but I tell you what, it is a severe weather risk, and they have mentioned it a few days, obviously several days out here, which that's, if they issue something several days out, that means they're pretty confident on it. So yeah, you should watch out for that there. But anyways, so yeah, keep an eye on it and stuff like that. Let's see, about what time on Monday will we get hammered? 37878. That's like an easy zip code to remember for one. Anyways, but for the time being here, according to the models, just as a little reference here for you, it's looking like basically the afternoon on Monday. So basically before evening, that is kind of what we're looking at. So it kind of looks like an afternoon type of ordeal for you. But anyways, like I said, if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know. And we'll be here. Like I said, we're doing personal zip code forecasts here too now. So if you guys have any zip codes that you might be a little concerned about whenever it comes to either winter weather or severe weather, hey guys, feel free to let me know. We got you guys covered here. And like I said, out of this system, and we're already starting to see this system brew across the West. And like I said, out of the system, there's going to be the potential for winter weather, not just for California, but up there into the northern plains or the upper Midwest regions, essentially. Towards Minnesota, towards once again Wisconsin, towards Michigan. Those areas eventually could be seeing perhaps some ice, yet again, out of this system here. The models, as we just looked at here from a few moments ago, does support that possibility of some ice and perhaps some snow. And across the northeast, too, in the far-fetched zone, basically, for areas here such as New York State, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine. Yeah, those areas there does seem to be quite possible for a lot of snow. Like I said, right now we actually have a bit of snow that's kicking off here towards the Midwest and Ohio Valley regions here. I don't know what that's all about, but just a little snow system, little clipper. But anyways, that's just kind of what we are looking at there. Anyways, let's see here. Christopher says, thank you, sir. No problem. Colton says, hey, what's up, Colton? Hope you're doing good. Let's see. Pilot says 37188. Got you covered here, my friend. Let's go take a look at that here right now for you. Got you covered here. So you, my friend, are across Tennessee as well. So you're right here just north of Nashville. So once again, so yeah, you have that risk there for basically... So here's the problem. So the cold front's going to be moving through essentially basically early Tuesday, right? It's going to be basically moving on through... Sorry, early Monday. So... With that being said, I don't think that the surface is going to heat up enough to really create anything of a big significance across areas north of Nashville. But we'll watch it. We'll definitely see how they hold up. Let's see here. Let's see. Merrill says he wants me to take a look here at 75708. Yeah, of course. Of course. It's across Tyler, Texas. I actually have some family that's in Tyler, Texas, actually. So for Tyler, Texas here, we have ourselves, obviously, northeastern Texas. So for the risk here, we do actually have, right at the moment, there is no actual risk here from the Storm Prediction Center for you. However, like I said, when looking at the models, it does appear that we are going to have enough significance of possible severe weather towards those areas. It looks quite possible. You can see that big tail end right here, that big old tail, presented by the models here. I'll go ahead and zoom in and make it look a little bit more neater for you. But basically here for essentially early Monday, you can see that big old tail that's moving down there. So yeah, obviously areas towards Tyler, Texas, towards the Dallas-Fort Worth region. It looks possible that we might see some severe storms, but more of a nighttime concern. So this will be mostly for nighttime. Anyways, but that's kind of what we're looking at there. TRG20 says, hi, what's up? What's up, dude? Hope you're doing good. Let's see. Donald has a question, and Donald's question is, what about 46128? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I got you covered here. So we're going to move you guys back over here to the radar. I want to show you guys the current. Look at California right now, currently getting blasted, which is just absolutely crazy. This is across Fillmore, Indiana. This is west of Indianapolis. Okay, so this right here As of now, there is no threat for severe weather. However, you are probably going to be getting a lot of rain, and that's probably about it. Maybe some gusty winds on this as well. And I tell you what, we actually switch you guys over here to, back over here to the models, and I actually want to look at the wind gusts here, because like I said, with that drastic change in pressure, there is likely going to be a lot of heavy winds out of this event here too. So let me go ahead and bring this out here. We'll bring out the wind gusts. Obviously, the wind gust possibility. Once again, the wind gust is what the winds could gust up to, what they could get up to at a maximum peak. Does not mean they're going to be constant blowing at this. It means that they're going to possibly peak out at this, essentially. Anyways, we track way down in time, and you can literally see the shape of the storm, that big old horseshoe there across the west. Now, once again, this will be moving its way across the country, and look at this. Now, that's a big concern. This is going to be bringing some very nasty winds for a lot of the country. And, for example, here towards Oklahoma and Texas, we're talking literally 40 to 50 mile an hour winds. Once again, these are gusts, what the winds could gust up to. Now, obviously, the winds will track the way eastward here as well. Wow, even for me. Yeah, I'm right here towards Louisville, and this is showing me in the boundary of nearly 50 miles an hour. So yeah, we're going to see some very strong winds, mostly across areas here of the southern plains and moving into basically the Ohio Valley. So those areas roughly is where the big wind gusts are going to be kind of centralized here. So once again, yeah, these areas here should probably watch out for some nasty gusts here between Monday and Tuesday, essentially. Yeah, basically between Monday and Tuesday, that's when the big winds are going to be happening out of this event here. Anyways, but that is kind of what we're looking at. Let's see here. Is there a tornado risk for Dallas-Fort Worth? So, Caleb, right now there is not a tornado risk here for Dallas-Fort Worth, but we will watch it as that risk gets a little closer. Tomorrow, we'll have a better update. We'll have a better update for you. Let's see. Drew says, where do the storms initiate on Sunday? So, anyways, I tell you what, I'll go ahead and bring you guys back over here to the NAM 3K. Now, this is like I said, this is the early views of when storms are set to fire off here. Like I said, we'll take a look here over at the NAM 3-kilometer model. So we'll go ahead and bring this over here to your guys' attention. So if I was to switch this over here, so obviously, okay, so time's in the top right if you guys want to follow along here. Like I said, just keep an eye out there for that. But anyways, we track our way down here in time. Basically what happens here is we get a lot of warm air starting to kick up here from the Gulf, moving its way inland. You're going to notice those temperatures get very warm. Okay, basically before the front hits you, it's going to get very warm. And once that cold front goes over you, you're going to notice it cool down quite a bit. But anyways, we track our way down in time here. You see there's a lot of snow, a lot of heavy snow for those upper elevations that kicks through here. Basically, that is kind of what we are seeing here. But we track our way down further in time. Now, according to the NAM 3-kilometer model, we're talking initiation maybe around 6 o'clock. Now, once again, that's just very far-fetched. That's literally at the end of the model. We're just going to go with late afternoon, early evening, okay? That could be anywhere in that ballpark, because seriously, it is just way too far out to be exact of the time. But anyways, that does seem to be quite possible. Storms will be kicking off here well into the night here, obviously for the late 26 into early 27, so basically from late Sunday into early Monday. That's when the big storms are going to be really kicking through. But overall, I mean, that's that. So obviously, like I said, once again, the big targeted area is right there across Oklahoma. And you can see there's a pretty nasty looking squall line. A big long line of storms does look very, very possible. Donald says, thank you, no problem. Did I check the 00Z HRRR yet? I have not. Does this even reach out far enough, this 00Z? Let's see. So we track way down in time here. Okay, yep, there we go. Yeah, I mean, it barely covers any of that, but it does show kind of the same thing. Maybe around 5, 6 o'clock. So basically late afternoon, early evening is when these storms are set to fire off here. But yeah, low pressure system will be pivoted across northwestern Kansas, southwestern Nebraska. That's where that main engine essentially is going to be localized there. But yeah, you can see, according to HRRR, it shows a lot of discreteness. Do you all see that? Basically, discrete meaning, very far apart, very, very far spread apart from each other. And you can see, basically, with that being said, I mean, there's a lot of, there's definitely a lot of, that could be some supercell potential. Like I said, that's definitely really different compared to what the latest NAM 3-kilometer model had to say. This one's not done loading yet, but the previous one, look at this. So like I said, obviously that one shows more of a, this one shows more of a line, essentially. I really trust more of the NAM 3-kilometer models, which is this model's perspective, rather than that other one as of now. The HRRR. just because, I mean, like I said, with the amount of winds and everything like that, and it looks to just be a big long line of storms basically kicking off there. Anyways, let's see. Oh, that's fun. Another midnight event. Yeah, it does seem that way. Let's see here. Got a question coming through. How does Texas look for March overall? Should I expect a nicer March, or should I expect tons of winter precipitation in March? So with winter precipitation, I'm gonna have to say probably not. Probably not. Honestly, with the trends of everything going on here, I think it's gonna be a pretty warm March for you. Yeah, I really do believe so. Let's see here. Bear says, what is the timing for northeastern Kansas? Okay, obviously you can see right there as we move our way down in time. So according to the NAM3K, it's really showing the storms moving to northeastern Kansas, kind of around, yeah, basically right around, late Sunday, early Monday. This is around midnight. So once again, just take it, with a grain of salt. We'll say around midnight, essentially. That's that. But that is looks like a wasp on radar. It does. Yeah, a big old tail. Yeah, it doesn't look too friendly, does it? It really doesn't. Let's see. So when there is a line of storms, there is a less risk of tornadoes. Not necessarily. No, not necessarily. I mean, there's actually more of a possible concern of what we call rain-wrapped tornadoes, which it sounds like what it is. You have a tornado that's inside of that heavy precipitation, and basically that big circulation, the very strong circulation that a tornado produces, basically all of that rain wraps around the cyclone, wraps around the tornado, and it basically makes it impossible to see. But not necessarily brings that tornado probability down. There is a certain limit to how strong the tornadoes could be. I think the biggest the biggest one we've ever recorded in a squall line or a big long line of storms, I think was an EF4, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do think it was an EF4. But that's kind of that. But that's kind of what we are seeing here. Caden says, what do I think about the March 3rd event that's been consistent on the models? So, obviously, I want to get through this event first before we really start talking about that next system here. But, yeah, I mean, I will mention that there has been a bit of support here of yet again another system to drive through. There's been a lot of inconsistencies out of it. Basically, in terms of the models, the low pressure system's location, and all that's been kind of hopping around here. But I mean, it should be something to watch out for. There you go, right there. You can see it for basically March 2nd. March 2nd into March 3rd there. Wow, now this one shows a lot of snow for me, and I hope that happens. Like I said, I really hope that happens there. But once again, yeah, that's still a while out, but let's just get through this first storm system, shall we? Obviously, let's just get through the first one before we really start talking about that next one. Yeah, definitely does look pretty nasty there. Let's see. Great news. I'm flying in 2 weeks. Worried about heavy precipitation to the southwest of it. Gotcha. Well, obviously, safe flight there, Jonathan. Let's see here. I expect an expansion of the enhanced risk and a possible moderate risk, says Colton. A little far-fetched, but we'll see. Let's see. Seems to be a QLCS supercells inside the line, which can produce weak tornadoes. Discrete cells have a chance of dropping strong tornadoes. So basically, like I said, what he's talking about here is we have something called prefrontal storms. We call isolated prefrontal supercells. Basically, call them however you want. But basically, what happens is, like I said, you have the main line, you have the main cold front. This is literally the cold front. This is literally the long line of storms. The reason it's a long line of storms is because that interaction of the warm air coming up and the cold air backing behind, which creates a very big interaction. Now, what we're talking about is a few isolated supercells, basically meaning a few storms ahead of the front, basically as the warm air draws up north. Obviously, that warm, moisture-filled air could be supportive enough to actually allow for a few individual storms to fire off, and they could produce more stronger tornadoes. Yes, absolutely. It does seem possible. I definitely do see that being a big possibility. But that is kind of what we are looking at there, in regard to things. Let's see. Yeah, March 3rd is too far out. That's basically what I'm saying. So let's just get right now through the first system before we start talking about the next possible system. Okay, like I said, that's that. Anyways, but like I said, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Let's see. I remember one time in 2021 in Chicago, we got an EF3 from a big squall line storm. Yeah, no, they can happen. Like I said, once again, the big concern there, with the big squall lines is, like I said, we have what we call rain wrap tornadoes. Like I said, I just mentioned that before. Once again, tornadoes basically fire off inside of the very heavy precipitation. This is not a squall line, but this is a very heavy precipitation. So basically, inside of that area of heavy precipitation, you could get some rotation that obviously could drop a tornado. And all the rain that's around that area, or all the rain that's around that tornado, could be wrapping into the tornado, which creates the visibility to literally go to zero, essentially. Honestly, I think the storm will stay enhanced on day one. I'm kind of with you on that. I really kind of am, but we'll see. Can I show the future radar for Nebraska, says Harley? Yeah, of course. No problem. We're going to actually bring this up here a little bit for you. Let me bring this to the north central U.S. But yeah, no problem. So here's according to the NAM 3-kilometer model out of the system here. So basically, from now on, you said here for Nebraska. So you can see Nebraska, really nothing happening. Got a high-pressure system in place. Yeah, really nothing too crazy. However, we track our way down in time here, and you're going to notice. So up areas here in the southeastern side, it looks like there's a few pop-up thunderstorms that could occur, which we should probably watch. But yeah, that is kind of kicking off here maybe around, late Sunday, early Monday. Does seem to be quite possible. But that is kind of what we are looking at. Winter started out very warm. It did, and that was a lot more snow. For some, for some people there is, yes. It's because of that La Nina. Obviously that La Nina typically favors, from what I've observed, it typically favors less snow for like the eastern country. But with, like I said, with the El Nino, the warm oscillation in the Pacific kind of shows essentially, more storms, maybe more snow for the southeast. But unfortunately, we're not in that pattern. However, we are overdue for an El Nino. Depending on how next year looks, or later this winter, if it's an El Nino, this could bring more snow. That's if it's an El Nino, which obviously we're overdue for one, does not mean that we are going to have one. But that's just, that's my take on that. Anyways, but that is what we are looking at. Let's see here. Severe weather forecaster guy says, hey again, what's up? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. Hope you're doing all right. But once again, like I said, guys, if you have any area you want me to take a look at, if there's a specific zip code that you're worried about the potential of severe storms or winter weather, because like I said, there's actually a threat for winter weather yet again out of this system here across the north. Like I said, we've been actually watching this here. I've been watching this here for like the last 2 days on the winter weather spectrum. If I take you guys over here to the models, we switch over here to the American model, the GFS model. We track our way down in time, that little low pressure system off the west coast. That is the system that is kicking off here. But this moves its way inland, and you're going to notice areas here towards like, Minnesota, areas here towards Wisconsin, areas here towards, areas of Michigan. There's a lot of pink there, kind of that pinkish red color. And that is telling us that we are likely seeing maybe the possibility of perhaps, like I said, perhaps some ice, meaning sleet, meaning freezing rain being possible. So it's not just the severe storm activity on this storm system that looks possible, but it's also the winter weather probability as well. But look at this. Late Monday into Tuesday, we are seeing the possibility of some snow across the Northeast. Areas here such as New York State, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, portions here of Vermont, and as well as Maine. Should probably watch out for this. Connecticut too. I don't think I mentioned Connecticut. Does seem possible. Like I said, whenever you do compare this here with the European model, the European ECMWF, we call it, we track way down in time out of this guy, and you're going to notice how essentially, the same thing happens. Maybe a little bit less ice according to the European model, which let's hope the European model is the one that plays out correctly here. But shows still a little bit of ice here, but it kind of shows it quickly turning into snow, essentially. And same thing for the Northeast. Maybe a bit of snow does seem to be quite probable, which we should probably watch out for. Here's another example of why we should not look out for the third, essentially, because look at this. Look how the European model supports this. It supports a little system, but it really does not support as well defined as the other one. But anyways, that's that. Let's see. Janice says, do I know when the storms will start for 03062? Gotcha. Let's see here. Monday night into Tuesday. Thank you so much. No problem. So obviously, yeah, it's still a little bit early to tell that. Just FYI, this is for New Hampshire apparently. If I'm not mistaken, yep, this is for New Hampshire. So whenever it comes to your area here, my friend, you're right here in Nasha, is that correct? So with that snow that you're talking about here, we'll switch over back here to the GFS here for an idea of what the range could be. So according to the GFS, the American model, it kind of shows that snow happening basically early morning Tuesday. So basically probably around midnight or so. Maybe slightly after midnight, stuff like that. But that is kind of what we are looking at there. So watch out for that. Now that's, once again, that is according to the American GFS model. Now whenever you compare this with the European model here, this one shows basically here for, yeah, kind of around the same time period. Maybe around midnight here on Tuesday. Or midnight, yeah, so early Tuesday, essentially. So keep that in mind here. See you later, TRG. Let's see here. Do I have any severe weather for central Indiana? We do not have any risk here for central Indiana for any severe weather. You're probably just going to see normal rainfall from what it looks like. Let's see here. I'll be driving from Seattle to San Diego via I-5. What do I think the weather is? This coming days. So Jojo, what day are you leaving? That's the big concern. You know, what day are you leaving here? You said you're taking I-5, so you're gonna have to go down to you said San Diego, right? So yeah, you're gonna be quite far down there, which I think is in San Diego, like far south. Let's see, I think so. I could be wrong. Yep, there you go, San Diego. So yeah, you're gonna have to go all the way from Seattle. Wow, that is a long trip. That is a very long trip for you. The only problem I see is, I mean, like I said, right now we have this system. This is that main system that's all in the news right now we're talking about. This is the beginning of it, and it's kicking up a lot of snow for the upper levels. As long as you don't cross into those upper elevations, which it does not look like. I think Interstate 5 goes essentially west of the mountain ranges, so I think you should be good. But with that being said, I really don't think that you're going to be in any line. Well, hold on. The more I look at it here, it appears that there might be some more snow, more waves moving into moving into California here. Let me actually go ahead and show you this really quickly. So here's according to the European model here. This is showing, okay, the first system rolls through, the one we're looking at right now, that according to things here for basically the 26th, being here on Sunday, and more waves moves across the entirety of I-5 and moves all the way down south. And then here for this 27th, literally the day after, shows yet again some more precipitation rolling through. And then after that, there's another one possibly there for the first. But that's a little far-fetched for the first there. But it looks like multiple waves will be impacting your area, which is unfortunate. So, yeah, you should probably watch out for that. About early morning Friday. Okay. So, obviously, next Friday, right? Yeah, obviously, then and there, it's a little bit too far-fetched to talk about. But it does appear that there's going to be a lot of... like I said, it does appear there's going to be a lot of waves of rain and snow for a lot of the West. That's that. Rain says, I don't want ice. Yeah, I don't think anyone does. It does kind of suck. Let's see here. But that's there for you. Let's see. Where does the storms initiate? My original question from Lincoln, Nebraska. So Lincoln... talking about showers and thunderstorms could be on the strong to severe side. So yeah, so Drew, obviously looking back here over at the in the models as of the earliness here. Once again, it kind of shows around midnight, basically midnight 27. So basically early Tuesday, I believe. No, sorry, early Monday. Yeah, early Monday there. Let's see here. Fort Myers sky cams are still down. Interesting. But yeah, but that's what we're looking at. Jojo says, thank you for the info. No problem. Like I said, once again, guys, if you have any questions here, just know we got you. Like I said, consider hitting that subscribe button too, guys. Seriously, it means a lot. It really helps out the channel. Seriously, like I said, guys, the more subscribers we get, the more potential lives we can save here on the channel. So if you guys would be interested, please consider it. Maybe share this with a friend or family too, if you guys could. Leave a like if you are enjoying this. It's greatly appreciated, guys. Like I said, I just want to see you guys being, safe out there and, all that. And like I said, we'll keep you guys informed with any weather that's going on here across the U.S. Like I said, we're actually going to be doing coverage on this event here for Sunday. Yep, Sunday's going to need some coverage, so we're going to be live Sunday night. Let's see here. Anything going on to be affecting north central and northeastern Arkansas anytime soon? Just joined. So Southern Ink, there is, like I said, we are watching. Essentially, like I said, we are watching that system here, and this will be impacting. You said areas here of eastern. Central and northeast Arkansas. So yeah, you can see that there's a cold front that's going to be sweeping through here for basically the morning of Monday. Should watch it for a possible severe weather threat. However, I think that that's going to be early enough to where the atmosphere is not going to be necessarily warm enough to produce anything too crazy, because of the lack of latent heat, essentially the lack of sun heat, radiation heating essentially on the surface. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Let's see here. Isn't more any line when it gets to Lincoln, or is it going to be more scattered? It looks to be more scattered there, Drew. Yeah, it definitely looks to be more scattered. If I get a lot of ice, then you might want to go live Monday. We'll see. I know you'll be live on Sunday. Yeah, we'll definitely be live on Sunday to cover this for sure. With all that severe weather, like I said, already the Storm Prediction Center has an enhanced risk here for day 3, which once again, this is Sunday. And like I said, if you guys are across areas here in that dark green, the yellow, and especially that orange color, you're at risk for thunderstorm activity, severe thunderstorm possibilities. Like I said, that orange there, that right there, my friends, that is the big risk. That is essentially the big risk here for Sunday. And once again, like I said, this consists of areas here in Oklahoma City, Norman, Oklahoma, Lawton, Oklahoma, Edmond, Oklahoma, and Midwest City, Oklahoma. There. So that does definitely seem to be the bullseye as of now for Sunday. And then, like I said, they actually have a risk here for Monday across eastern Kentucky and eastern Tennessee here as well. Which that's that. Meanwhile, it's been 80s to 100s in Rio Grande, South Valley, Texas. No chance of rain from what I've heard of. That's pretty brutal. That is definitely pretty brutal. I'm in South Central Kentucky. Is there no severe storms on Monday? So South Central, there is the possibility we could see maybe a few strong to severe storms. We'll continue watching it. Let's see here. Proxy. Oh, what's up? Proxy with the $30 super chat. You absolutely rock, Prox. Thank you so much. Rock Prox. You rock, Prox. Thank you so much, Proxy. Saying, hi, Andrew, the mods, and everyone. Sorry to be late again. This is becoming my bad habit. My apologies. No problem, Proxy. Thank you. Once again, that's super, super sweet of you. Very, 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 very nice of you. Seriously, it helps out the channel. Thank you so much, Proxy. Very, very sweet. But that is, like I said, that's kind of what we're looking at. So like I said, right now we are indeed seeing the early stages of this event already start to take fold here. Once again, like I said, we have this low pressure system here that's basically driving a whole bunch of moisture in across California. And once again, for those upper elevations where it's a lot colder, they are getting a lot of snow. And like I said, we're literally seeing several feet being likely out of this here. And we're talking maybe 4 or 5 feet of snow being possible. Some of the models actually suggested over 60 inches. Some even higher than that, which is definitely a little concerning. Kind of same setup as I went through the EF5 in Moore, Oklahoma, says Kilroy. Let's hope not. Let's hope this is not the same type of setup. Holy cow, that would not be very good. Definitely would not at all. But anyways, like I said, yeah, we can already start to see the system take place here. Once again, that's that big old dip that you see right here, essentially. That is the low pressure system. That's going to be the responsible agent here for the, like I said, for the severe weather. And you can see, look at that nasty line there. According to the European model, like that is, look how nasty that line is. I mean, this literally kicks all the way from basically south central Texas. And it cuts off here basically to west of Dallas-Fort Worth. And it cuts straight through Oklahoma and through areas here of Kansas and in Nebraska. It kind of turns more spotty. Not as much of a line there. But holy cow, dude, that's going to be quite a system. It's going to be quite a system, that is for sure. Where do I think the storms initiate in Kansas and Oklahoma, and then congeal into the line and start moving north? So, Drew, whenever it comes to the activity here, you said right here for Kansas, right? So if we switch over here back towards Kansas views, like I said, Kansas being, right in here. So you're wanting to know where it starts off, kind of spotty essentially, and then it turns into the line. So like I said, we kind of see initiation. Once again, this is an estimate rather than something you should take seriously. Like I said, just take this with a grain of salt here. But essentially, like I said, maybe storms could be firing off here basically for the evening hours. It appears to be evening. You hardly can even see Kansas. Let me actually move down a little bit here for you. There we go. That's a lot better. Anyways, but we switch way down here in time, and like I said, obviously there for for Kansas, kind of showing off maybe around here for afternoon, late afternoon, early evening here, being possible, and then it turns into that line, kind of right around midnight, essentially, from what it looks like. Once again, that's one model's opinion. You should take that with a grain of salt, like I said before. Don't take that too seriously because, like I said, it's seriously just a little bit far out. But anyways, that is kind of what we are looking at there. Let's see. I have family in California, and they got decent snow. Yeah, California's been getting blasted here. It's crazy. Let's see. That is what we are looking at there. But like I said, guys, seriously, if you have any questions at all, please feel free to let me know. Like I said, guys, we're here for you. I want to make sure you guys are staying on top of this. Want to make sure you guys are staying on top and up to date. I mean, look at this. The areas here in California, those upper elevations, I mean, all this precipitation that's coming in is instantly changing to snow with that temperature difference. At the upper elevations, it's a lot colder. Higher you go up in the atmosphere, the more colder it gets, essentially. So you can really see, like I said, you can really see, essentially, all that transition there from that heavy rain indicated in the reds and oranges and really kicking up there into the snow there. It's just really crazy. And like I said, I will not forget there. I will not forget to tell you guys, we do have a little clipper system as of right now. Looks like it's actually creating a pretty gnarly little squall heading into Chicago. I wonder if we have any Chicago live cameras. Let's see here. I wonder if we do. We do have a Chicago Earth Cam here for you. All right. So, yeah, it does appear that things are going to start snowing. Let me see. We have our camera view. Oh, that is not a camera view. That is definitely not a camera view. All right, I'll bring it over here to show you guys. So, this is Chicago right now, apparently. Yeah, you see how the visibility drops out there? I believe that's that snow band starting to move its way through. And like I said, you can see Chicago right there. Boom. Yeah, that looks like a pretty nasty little squall there. That is pretty crazy. Let's see here. Proxy says it looks like Ohio will be quiet weather-wise. Is that the case, Andrew? So the latest info here, I wouldn't say necessarily quiet, but I will show you what's on the table here. So this is our European model, the ECMWF. Like I said, first off, we have this system right here. This is the one that's currently kicking all that snow. Tracking our way down in time here, you can see how as we approach here for basically, afternoonish Monday, according to the European model, we are probably going to be seeing a bit of rainfall. I think, seriously, like I said, I really just think that you are going to be far enough south to where winter weather does not seem to be a concern. So I think that you're good. I think, honestly, that you are fine, other than just some rain does seem to be possible. Now, obviously, you can't just trust one model. So when we look at the American GFS here, this one shows basically the same thing, although kind of initially 2 rounds of rainfall, as you see there. First one happening here for basically afternoon, obviously late morning, afternoon here for Monday, and the next one happening here for basically evening Monday into early Tuesday. Seems possible. But that is, that's kind of what we are looking at there according to the models. And like I said, obviously we are seeing that, once again, the possible concern there for the upper Midwest regions. Like I said, once again, heads up to people in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan. Like I said, we're looking at the possibility for more ice yet again here for basically late Monday. Okay, so that is kind of what we're looking at. That is kind of what we are looking at here. So once again, areas here in Wisconsin, there for Michigan, and portions of Minnesota, it does look like some ice could be possible. And it's not just the American model, the GFS that supports that. Like I said, usually, I mean, even the European model supports it as well. There is one major difference, though, is that the European model does kind of change that quickly, or more quickly, into snow, essentially. You can see how basically there's a lot of blue, a lot of blue popping up there, towards like Wisconsin and all, towards Michigan and all that stuff. So like I said, with that being said, that's kind of the main difference between the American and the European model. This one's the European model, and this one shows it transitioning from more of ice into more of snow, essentially, being possible. But that's that. That is kind of what we are looking at there. Flying says I like Green Day. Green Day has some pretty good songs. Absolutely. Let's see. Light to moderate rain does not bother me. Yeah, honestly, nothing too bad. Let's see here. Got a question coming in from Turbo saying, what about the severe weather on Monday? Okay. So I tell you what, I'll go and show you guys here. So here's the risk here for Monday. I don't know if you've seen this yet. The Storm Prediction Center has actually put out a risk here for severe weather in eastern Kentucky and eastern Tennessee. Like I said, this does include areas here far western, far western North Carolina here too. But that's equivalent to that slight risk there. So obviously I do expect that risk to be possibly extended out a little bit further as that cold front moves east. So I really think so. Obviously if you're in, throughout the Tennessee, Ohio Valley in some areas, you should probably watch out for this as some severe weather could be possible. That's actually right there next to me. I'm right here towards Louisville, which is right there where the little point of my cursor is at. Who knows? Maybe I could get something out of this. I hope so. I've been kind of dying for some storms here recently. Not gonna lie, I'd really love to have a good storm. It does seem to be pretty good. But anyways, that's that for Monday there, Turbo. And like I said, guys, seriously, thank you all for joining us. You guys absolutely rock. If you have not already, absolutely hit that subscribe button. Leave a like, guys. Seriously, it's greatly appreciated. Share this with your friends. Obviously, like I said, share this with your friends and family. Get the word out there. Help spread the word, guys, and help keep people as safe as possible. Like I said, obviously, we're here for you. We'll let you know of any incoming event here before it happens, as well as when it is happening, we'll always be live, or try to always be live for you guys whenever it does happen. Like I said, we are going to be live, essentially, like I said, we are going to be live on Sunday, because like I said, Sunday's definitely going to need it with that big old risk here we have for Sunday there. Like I said, basically overall here, we have ourselves a 30% chance probability of seeing severe weather here across areas, central Oklahoma, cutting into areas of like north central Texas, kind of towards like Wichita Falls region, I believe. That is kind of what we are looking at. Cool says, so close to 9K subs. I know, we're so close, guys. So close. Let's see here. Hype says, Andrew, what is the upcoming weather for 08026? All right. Yep, got you covered here. So this is for areas of New Jersey. Interesting choice there. So they're towards Philadelphia. Basically, it's just a little bit east of Philadelphia. According to everything, I'm going to bring you guys back over here to the models. So we're actually going to localize this here to basically New Jersey here, essentially. So the European model, like I said, obviously, according to things, maybe a little bit of snow looks possible. I don't know how much I'd trust that. Let's actually pull the closer range models here. Let's try RAP here. Oh, apparently RAP is not supported in that region. Well, there's New Jersey right there. So maybe a bit of snow looks possible. I mean, this kind of shows it for the 25th. So for basically early tomorrow. Wait, hold on a minute. No, late tomorrow. Late tomorrow looks possible. So look out for a few snow showers. It definitely looks pretty possible. So watch out for that there. But in the long range of things, like I said, obviously with the system impact-wise, the northern areas could get some winter weather, and the southern and central areas where you're at specifically looks to be nothing more than just some rain. Yeah, looks like nothing more than just some rain there. Let's see here. Sure or Sheer, I don't know how you say that. Showing the waving. What's up, Sheer? Or Sure? Hope you're doing good. Glad to have you here. But like I said, guys, seriously, if you have any questions throughout here, like I said, let me know. We got you guys covered here. I want to make sure you guys are staying safe out there. Why did all that just turn into snow? What's going on with the radar there? That's obviously a glitch. That's pretty crazy. It literally just turns from from snow into just all rain. I can assure you that that's not the case. Speaking of snow, we have our live camera here in Illinois. Visibility is pretty bad there. Let's see. When is the rain going to come here in Cedar Falls, Iowa? Gotcha. So for Cedar Falls, Iowa, which I'll go ahead and bring you up here to Cedar Falls. So whenever it comes to there's Cedar Rapids. Cedar Falls, I believe, is, let's see, we're going to have to, yeah, here we go. So we're going to switch you over here to the models, essentially. So according to things here, obviously GFS here, once again, this is just an idea. So it kind of shows that rain moving in kind of around, you know, the early hours of the 27th, essentially. Early hours here, the 27th. So basically for Monday, very, very early Monday, possibly even late. Yeah, pretty much even late Sunday possible too. So late Sunday, really early Monday is when that rain's going to be moving through. That's according to the models. That's the GFS there. The European model, on the other hand, supports, let's see, basically the same thing here. Yep, pretty much the same thing. Late Sunday, early Monday. Let's see. Andrew, I've seen 3 feet of snow. I have as well. Yeah, I've seen 3 feet of snow out of Winter Storm Jonas back in 2016. Pretty crazy. I was up there in the DC metro area. That's pretty crazy. Let's see here. Did I ever get that computer that you were needing? Says that one. Yeah, we did. That's actually the one I'm using right now. So it's been a while then. Holy cow, here. I can maybe show you it. It's kind of a mess. Well, maybe not. It won't reach. Okay, well, I would show you it. But my cord doesn't reach there. But yeah, I got it done. I got it done in time. Yeah, I actually completed that, like, what, over a year ago at this point? Over a year ago? Let's see here. Allergies. I got me a bone in my nose like an elephant. Now, I know why I got your nose a honker. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. Oh, shoot, the camera. Wait, I'm starting to see some flurries pop up. I don't know if you just seen that. Hold on. Look at the camera there for a moment. There's been a few little, like, they've been blowing up from what it seemed like. Maybe I'm just seeing things. No, but I saw them and I was like, well, anyways, regardless, they're about to get slammed here. Let me actually show you guys the radar really quickly. Like I said, they're right there in Chicago. Yeah, you see that big pink purple line there? That's right there. That's going to be bringing some, yeah, that right there, my friends, is going to be bringing some heavy, heavy snowfall. Which, the latest camera here. Oh, there you go. See it? There it is. It's every once in a while, because I think it's when the winds point upward, whenever the winds blow up, essentially. But that is, that's just crazy. But yeah, it's starting to really kick off there. I don't know why this radar shows it turning into just normal rain there. The highest I've seen was 22 inches of snow. That was when I was 1 year old, though. Oh, I got you. So you barely got to even notice, or you didn't even get to really notice it was a thing. But that is what we're looking at. But once again, everybody, like I said, if y'all have any questions, feel free to let me know. Like I said, we're here for you. I want to make sure you guys are, up to date, staying safe out there. If you have not already, absolutely hit that subscribe button. We are so close. Like, we are very, very close to 9,000. Let's actually see how much we are at. Right at the moment, we are at 8,760, guys. We are 240 off from reaching it. So if you have not already, guys, hit the subscribe button. Share it with your friends and family. Like I said, I still love spring, though. This is rain. I do, too. I like it more than I used to. I used to hate spring. But it's obviously nice with... it's obviously really, really nice there with the storms that come through. Absolutely. Most stuff seems like 2 or 3 feet 1 year ago, but the model's showing just a few centimeters. Yeah. Just goes to show you. Really just goes to show you that can't really trust the models too much, huh? Hype says, Andrew, Winter Storm Jonas got me around 20 inches. Wow. Yeah, no, we had about, I think I had like 30-something inches. I tell you what, so I'm actually working on something. was not planning on sharing this with you guys, but I'm actually working on something, if I can even find it. But it's basically a chart here. And I'm basically, taking all this data from, because whenever I was I lived in Virginia for a long time, and we had two big storm systems. One in 2010, I remember. I was a little kid then. Then we had one in 2016, which I really remember. And so I took both of those years essentially, and I basically grabbed the atmospheric conditions, like the El Nino, La Nina conditions. They are both in El Nino. I figured out here. If I can ever find this photo, I would actually share it with you guys. But apparently, did I save it to something else here? Maybe I saved it to another folder or something. No, that's not it. Anyways, regardless though, that I was basically just bringing up a whole bunch of stuff. Here we go. So this was this was a 2010 data I was looking at. Very, very strong El Nino, very, very warm Pacific oscillation there. Just a bunch of nerdy stuff, basically. And then during Winter Storm Jonas, this was actually the day of Winter Storm Jonas here. You notice how warm the equator is there. I mean, it's nuts. Very, very nuts. Very, 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 very heavy stuff there. Like very, very warm temperatures, which was obviously responsible for the El Nino we were talking about. And I wish I could have shown you the actual thing I had there. Let me see if it's on this other screen, maybe. I feel like maybe it's in my documents or something. I just really want to show you guys since I'm already on the subject. But like I said, it's just something I've been working on here. It's gonna drive me absolutely nuts now. Let's see here. How's Stormy doing? Stormy is good. But yeah, that is. Oh well. Well, I tried. I tried to find it. I couldn't find it. But oh shoot, I messed up. Got my whole everything's all scrambled over right now. All right, let's see. We'll get that there. Got that there. Got that there. Okay, we're good. We're good. But if I find it, I'll post it up on the. I'll end up posting it on my community page so you guys can see it. Absolutely. Is the snow in Chicago moving or fast moving? It does appear that way. Yes. It's a pretty strong band actually. It's moving towards. Very, very strong band, actually. Oh, here we go. I found it. It was just hiding with all the stuff that's on my... literally hiding with all the stuff that's on my desktop here. Let me show you real quickly. So I'm going to switch this over to that view. And I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. There you go. Okay. So basically, both seasons produce historic snow across mid-Atlantic, moderate heavy El Nino. Yeah, this is what I was working on earlier this morning at like 3 in the morning last night. But yeah, once again, during both the seasons, you notice there's a very, very strong El Nino, and that's really showing a lot of snow for like the far south. And that's why I was telling you guys, whenever we get that El Nino back again, because like I said, we're definitely overdue for an El Nino. We've been in La Nina since I think 2019, and they change every 4 to 7 years essentially. But yeah, but honestly, like I said, I've been seeing we are overdue for one, which means if an El Nino's in place next winter, could mean more snow for the south. I'd say it's possible. It does seem possible. But anyways, but that's that. But once again, everybody, like I said, if y'all have any questions before we head off here, make sure you let me know. We'll continue to, like I said, we'll continue to give you guys updates on this and all of that fun stuff and everything along those standards. Once again, everybody, thank you all for joining us. You guys absolutely rock. But yeah, but I feel like we got a pretty good update here for today for y'all. Once again, back over here at the Storm Prediction Center, we have a big risk here for Monday, or Sunday and Monday. The big day is on Sunday. Like I said, obviously we have the big old enhanced risk. That's the big bullseye here for, basically the big bullseye here for Sunday. Anywhere across the dark green, especially the yellow, and especially the orange, that's your risk here for severe weather. Okay, so keep an eye out there for that and everything along that. If we have an El Nino, then hey, I think you could get some snow. Perhaps. I'd love to have that. But right now, in statistical standards, we are we're actually crashing. We were going up there for a while. So basically, okay, I mentioned this on my winter forecast here from last year. So basically, this is neutral conditions. This is El Nino, and then this is La Nina. We've been in La Nina for a long time, and it looks like that's starting to shift into kind of neutral conditions here. And like I said, if we were in an El Nino for next year, that could definitely bring a lot of snow for the south. But you know, it is what it is. It is what it is, but we'll see. We'll just see how time plays. I mean, the models here, actually, I do have something on my climatology research thing for you. The models here, the climate models, supports us going into neutral conditions here, and obviously possibly even into El Nino down in time. Definitely looking like an Enso neutral, kind of a neutral state here for springtime, which could allow for some interesting storm activity across the Central Plains. That's what I've picked up on neutral conditions for springtime. But anyways, that's that. Let's see. I need your help. I will be on your Discord, says Wiz. Okay, well, like I said, just talk to me on Discord. Awesome. We are overdue. Yeah, absolutely, we are overdue, and I'm ready for it. I think a lot of us are. I think a lot of us want that El Nino. I'm actually gonna make a whole video talking about that. Probably, I don't know, maybe tonight if I have some time. I'll think about it. Probably make a quick little video talking about the shifts and the, you know, what the spring could look like. We'll do a spring I'll probably do a spring forecast tonight. We'll see, either tonight or sometime soon. We'll figure that out. So by the time tomorrow, we might have a forecast for you guys. We'll see. All right. Do I think we'll get some tornadoes in Kansas City? Little far-fetched, but right now there's no risk of it, if that's what you're asking. It does not appear. I mean, if anything, you're literally right there in that marginal risk here. If anything, it's a 2% chance. Very little. Let it snow in New Jersey, please, says Hype. Yeah. Let it snow in Kentucky, please. We need it. We really need this. But yeah. Alrighty, guys. Well, I tell you what. Let's going to go ahead and wrap it up here for tonight. We were live here for almost an hour and a half. Like I said, if you guys did enjoy it, make sure you absolutely crush that subscribe button. Leave a like. Please share this with your friends and families, guys. Like I said, obviously, the more we can get the word out there, like I said, the more potential lives we could save here. And like I said, please consider it. We really appreciate it. We're so close to 9,000. We're going to get close here. Like I said, obviously, here, my goal is by my birthday, April 2nd. April 2nd is my birthday, and I am planning on my goal. My birthday wish is to have 10K by my birthday. We'll see how that goes. We'll definitely see how that goes. Cool says, thank you for the awesome stream as usual, Andrew. No problem. Yeah, no problem. Am I safe in South Carolina for severe weather, says Kim? Yes, you're good for right now. Kentucky and New Jersey got 3 feet of snow next year. Who knows? There's literally no way of telling right now. But Cole says, thank you for the awesome stream as usual. Once again, thank you, Cole. Greatly appreciated. All right. Well, once again, everybody, thank you all so much for joining us. Once again, big shout out goes to Proxy for the donation earlier. Thank you so much, Proxy, for all the generous, very kind support on the channel. Absolutely rock, my friend. Thank you, guys. Once again, you guys absolutely rock. I love you all. Please stay safe out there with all the craziness here. Like I said, weather has definitely been pretty nuts. Thanks for the great stream, Andrew. I'll try to be on time next time. Happy upcoming birthday. Thank you. It's still a little bit more than a month away, but it'll be there before you know it. My birthday is March 29th, so not too far. Not too far, huh? Sounds good to me if it happens. Yeah, me too. I hope it happens. that I really do. I really hope it happens. Absolutely. All right, my friends. Well, once again, thank you all so much for joining us. You guys absolutely rock. Stream's going to head off here in 2 minutes if you guys have anything you want to say to your friends and family. But with that being said, my friends, that is going to go ahead and wrap it up here for tonight. Once again, thank you all so much for joining us. If you have any other questions, like I said, if you guys have any other questions here, once again, please feel free to, feel free to let me know. In our Discord, we have that down, linked below. If you guys do want to join that and stuff like that. Once again, if you have not already, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and share this with your friends and family to get the word out there and to potentially help save lives. All right, my friends, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys here in the next one. Peace out, my friends. Love you all. Stay safe.